welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about Terrifier 2, which just got released on Blu-ray a couple of weeks ago. Sequel to the Terrifier, which came out in 2016, directed by Damien Leone. So Terrifier 2 is definitely everything you want in a horror movie. Gore, violence, great villain, and an equally great final girl. So directed by Damien Leone, like I said, or potentially Leone. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, man. Really knows how to bring A-grade horror to the screen with minimal budget. He's all about practical effects. He did use some CGI just to enhance some of the visuals, but he's primarily practical. And my God, some of the scenes in this you really can't unsee. I mean, a lot of horror films these days, in particular the PG-13 horror films that have been prevalent in Hollywood for a number of years now, whenever the violence is about to hit, the camera cuts away and you don't kind of see the result. So back in the old school 80s horror films, yeah, the camera didn't cut away, and this is a return to form for horror. When the violence hits, the camera lingers, and it's really kind of grotesque in what he delivers in a fun way. I mean, the violence is definitely over the top and extreme, but it's definitely done with a tongue-in-cheek approach. So even though it's kind of really brutal and hard to watch, you know it's kind of done with a sense of fun about it. So it's not too, well, for me being an old horror fan, it's nothing that would ever offend me. So the cast is led by Lauren Lavera, who plays Sienna. She's our final girl. Her and her young brother, Jonathan, live with their mum. The father died a few years ago, so they're a broken family, and they're just kind of getting on with life. The mum's highly stressed, looking after two kids, so there's a lot of conflict between her and Sienna. And of course, Sienna's got a couple girlfriends as well, but pretty much everyone else in this film is cannon fodder for Art the Clown. And he is played by the wonderful David Howard Thornton. Man, what a creepy looking villain they've created for this movie. Like, we got the 80s iconic horror heroes like Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Pinhead, Ghostface. I know he turned up in the 90s, but we haven't really had any strong horror icons for a long time, and Art the Clown really fits the bill for a horror icon that is sorely missed and needed in Hollywood right now. I mean, we had the Nightmare on Elm Street remake with Jackie Earle Haley stepping into the role of Freddy after the wonderful Robert Englund. For me, failed miserably, and we've had numerous people step in the role of Jason Voorhees, the latest being Derek Mears in the Friday the 13th remake, which I really liked. Of course, Michael Myers is still kind of stumping around in the new films as well, but we haven't had a true iconic horror villain for so long, and Art the Clown is just perfect. He's brutal, he's creepy, he's got a sense of humor about him. He doesn't speak at all in the two movies I've seen him in. Oh, actually, it's three. I was in All Hallows Eve, Terrifier, and then Terrifier 2, from memory, from what I know. But he's played with such a childish menace that when he goes to town on one of his victims, man, he really kind of goes to town with glee, and it's just, oh my God, this film just goes places that I didn't anticipate. But a truly iconic horror villain needs a great final girl. I mean, we've had Alice, Nancy, Sydney from Scream. So all these final girls are amazing, and there's tons of them out there. So I'm sorry if I'm forgetting some names. But Sienna, played by Lauren Lavera, has a really great vulnerability about her and is tortured and terrorized by this evil clown through so many parts of this movie, that when she does kind of rise up at the end to take on the villain like she's had enough of this shit, it's truly an amazing moment in this incredible film. So Art the Clown is not really explained too much in the movie. He's this supernatural menace. He can't be killed. And the reason why he targets people isn't really explained either. If you're in his way, he's going to kill you. And like I said, he's going to do it with a big smile on his face. I mean, literally, he's a clown. And he'll just take his time to pull you apart. And like I said, the effects in this film were amazing. Animatronics, lots of buckets of blood, great makeup effects, a little bit of CGI just to enhance what's already there. But it's just, this film is just done with such glee and a real homage to the horror films of the 80s that didn't pull back from the violence. I mean, horror films are meant to be disturbing. They're meant to have a real visceral reaction to the audience, to have us reel back and go, oh my God, what am I seeing? This is really disturbing. I can't look away. This is going to haunt my dreams. That's what a true horror film does. I mean, of course, we've got moody, atmospheric horror that kind of plays with the senses. Sometimes less is more, but sometimes more is more. And this film really just goes to town with the violence and the bloodshed. But like I said, it's done with its tongue firmly planted on its cheek. It's violent and hard to watch in some places, but that sense of fun is always there. It never goes away. So you know that the filmmakers and everyone involved is having fun with it, just like the audience is, I hope. I mean, I guess it's not for everyone. I mean, if you've got a weak stomach, this might be hard to watch. I mean, my wife wouldn't go anywhere near this. But for us fans of horror who like it gory and gross, this one is for you. I absolutely highly recommend Terrifier 2. The first one, the Terrifier, I saw that a few years ago. It was fine. It was really micro budgeted. It was cool. Like I said, Art the Clown is phenomenal in both. But they really got a lot of money to play around with this one, and you can see all that money is just on the screen, coded in glorious red. It was a fantastic, fun film, and I cannot wait to see more from Damien Leone. I want to see more Art the Clown. It was fantastic. It was really, really good. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. It's on Blu-ray, 4K special release in the States if you can get hold of it. But yeah, it's a fantastic time. I really high recommend. But anyway, guys, if you've seen the film, please comment down below. Tell me what you thought of it. Have you seen the original Terrifier? Correct me if I've said anything wrong, like the pronunciation of the director's name. Hit me up in the comments down below. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.